Cracking the code legal location tracking in 2025. Want to track someone's location without them knowing? I'm your white hat hacker with 2025's top tools, but let's keep it legal. What's up everyone, DJ here, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the digital shadows, exploring the world of location tracking. We're talking about ethical, legal methods. This isn't about stalking, it's about using tech responsibly for legitimate reasons. We'll unbox powerful tools and techniques for 2025. So, you're probably wondering, DJ, how can we track someone's location legally? And that's exactly what we're here to unpack. It's a fine line, folks, a very fine line. But with the right knowledge, you can navigate this complex landscape legally. We'll explore expert consultations, specific software, and everyday tools like Google Maps. Consent and legality are key. I can't stress this enough. The tools we're discussing are powerful, and with great power comes great responsibility. We're here to understand the technology within legal bounds, so buckle up, get your thinking caps on, because we're about to embark on a journey into the fascinating world of location tracking. Let's get into it. Alright, first things first. Before you even think about downloading an app or trying some fancy tech trick you saw online, let's talk about the smartest move you can make: consulting an expert. And when it comes to the nitty-gritty of tracking, especially keeping it above board, hitting up a specialist like the folks at adamcybersecurities@gmail.com can be an absolute game changer. Think about it. The legal landscape around privacy and tracking is like a constantly shifting labyrinth. What's okay in one situation might be a huge no-no in another. These guys live and breathe this stuff. An expert can provide personalized advice tailored to specific circumstances, ensuring that any action you take is not only effective, but, more importantly, legally sound. They can help you understand the nuances of consent, the applicable laws in your jurisdiction, and the best practices for achieving your objective without landing yourself in hot water. Ultimately, reaching out to a professional resource like adamcybersecurities@gmail.com is about laying a solid ethical foundation. It's the responsible first port of call. Let's talk about Scanero.io, a tool to locate a phone by its number. It sends an SMS with a link to the target phone. If clicked, it may prompt location sharing, useful for finding friends or a lost phone. Always use ethically and respect privacy. Alright, let's shift gears and look at something that offers more persistent and detailed tracking GPS-based solutions. And for this example, we'll touch on services like Spylix. These types of applications are often marketed with a wide range of features, but the core we're interested in for this discussion is their ability to provide real-time GPS location and sometimes location history. When we talk about consent where required, for GPS tracking, it's almost always required unless you're dealing with your own minor child in most jurisdictions or tracking your own property. If you're thinking about using a service like Spylix to monitor an employee, for instance, you absolutely need a clear written policy, their explicit consent, and it should typically be limited to company-owned devices and during work hours. For tracking a partner, spouse, or any other adult, you need their unambiguous, informed consent. These tools can offer features like geofencing, alerting you if a device enters or leaves a predefined area, which can be genuinely useful for parents wanting to know their child arrived safely at school, or for businesses keeping track of assets. Always prioritize transparency. Now let's talk about a tool that many of you use every single day: Google Maps. You might not think of it as a tracking tool in the same vein as specialized software, but it can hold a surprising amount of location data, specifically through its location history and location sharing features. The absolute crucial non-negotiable point here is that this information is only accessible if it has been previously enabled and shared by the person themselves. Many users opt in to Google's location history feature, which keeps a record of where their device has been. Separately, Google Maps allows users to actively share their real-time location with specific contacts for a set period or indefinitely. The ethical use cases are pretty clear. Alright, let's venture into a more technical and legally sensitive area: monitoring public Wi-Fi connections for location clues. When a device connects to a public Wi-Fi network, say at a coffee shop, airport, or library, it leaves a digital footprint. This can include the device's MAC address, the IP address assigned by the network, and connection timestamps, which are often logged by the Wi-Fi provider. Law enforcement can obtain these records with proper legal authorization, like a warrant, as part of an investigation. For anyone else, attempting to access these logs without authorization is illegal, and a serious breach of privacy for everyone who used that network. Monitoring network traffic on a public Wi-Fi that isn't yours, or trying to gain unauthorized access to network equipment or logs, is illegal and unethical. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of some of the tools and techniques for location tracking in 2025, all viewed through the lens of a white hat. We've covered everything from expert consultation with pros like Atom Cybersecurities at gmail.com to software like Scanero.io and Spylix, emphasizing ethical use and consent. Everyday tools like Google Maps can play a role if information is already shared. We also touched on public Wi-Fi logs to broaden our understanding. The biggest takeaway is that while the technology is advanced, our approach must be grounded in legality, ethics, and respect for privacy. This channel is about empowering you with knowledge, but also with the wisdom to use it responsibly. Tracking someone is a serious matter with significant implications. Always ask yourself why you need this information and if there's a legitimate, ethical, and legal basis for obtaining it. When in doubt, seek professional legal and technical advice. Remember, being a white hat isn't just about skills, it's about a mindset, a commitment to doing things the right way. The digital world is complex, but our moral compass should remain our guide. Need to track someone discreetly and most importantly legally? Hit the pinned comment for Atom Cybersecurities at gmail.com. If this video gave you some food for thought, smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and ring that notification bell. Let's uncover the truth responsibly. DJ out.